Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus here again, and it's around midnight here in Mississippi. We just got through here, and the Attorney General, Bill Barr, proved himself to be an enemy of truth and life through his sit-down with the House of Representatives. And ladies and gentlemen, I really want to use this moment to bring some information about some things that's going on, some things that's being said. First of all, we know how evil Donald Trump is. Yes, we all know how evil Donald Trump is. Even Donald Trump supporters know how evil he is, and that's why they are supporting him, because they are evil as well. Now, he has made it clear that the suffering that people of color have had to endure ever since they've been here doesn't mean a thing to people like him. And as long as they are in power, they will always have somebody putting up some stumbling block, whether it's a moat with snakes and alligators, or whether it's a wall, or whether it's poverty, or whether it's a disease, or whatever he can do to destroy people that are of color. Now, we know that, and a lot of us say that it's despicable. But this is Donald Trump, this is the Republican Party, and a lot of you might want to say this is white people. Okay, be that as it may, these people hate Democrats. For whatever their reasons are, they hate Democrats. Is it because Democrats care about what they don't care about? Let's ask the Democrats. Democrats, are you any better than the Republicans and Donald Trump? I know you say you are. You got to say you are. Nobody can be that bad. But truthfully, are you any better? And I know you're going to say yes. But let me ask you, why are you better than Donald Trump and the Republican Party? You say Donald Trump wants to hurt everybody. You don't want to hurt everybody. You want to do as best you possibly can. You know you can't satisfy everybody, but you'll do as best you possibly can. And doing the best you possibly can is a heck of a lot better than what Donald Trump is doing. That's a good logic, isn't it? Well, let's see. Let's go and ask the people who are left out, whether you are Republican, Democrat, Donald Trump, or Joe Biden. Let's ask them. And I find out they still are hungry. They still have kids who are nappy-head and straight hair all tangled with snotty nose, no place to call home. Very inadequate education. Health care, well, you know they don't have that. So, is that what makes you better than Donald Trump and the Republicans? Donald Trump and the Republicans? Well, let's ask Joe Biden. Joe, what do you think about this? Oh, don't answer. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that everybody should have it. That's the going, what they call talking points. In truth, for at least over 400 years, blacks and minorities have never had that, and you have been in government and in the past, and you sat on the decision blocks while these persecutions were being held. Well, now let's see. I don't want to just put you down there, because there was a time when there were no black people in any of these seats, but you found some way to put some black people in a lot of these seats. Well, let's see. When you put black people in these seats, did anything really change? Or is it still going on today? So I'm asking the nation. You see all this turmoil going on, and some of you are claiming to be better, more proper, and more moral than others. When those who are victimized by both of you are asked the question, there is no difference. You are one and the same as far as they are concerned. Now you're asking people to consider voting for you for this presidential election that's coming up. Your number one concern, as you have articulated across this nation, is to beat Donald Trump. Now I'm asking you black people, you people of color, and those of you who've been suffering at the hands of Republicans and Democrats, is that your number one concern? Beating Donald Trump? Does it matter whether you beat Donald Trump or Joe Biden if you're still going to be suffering? You see, people are calling themselves with privileges, ladies and gentlemen, and rights. I want you to know one thing. As a human being, in God's eye, you're just like a tree. You're just like a block of grass or a rock. And what do I mean when I say that? You're all created. You didn't make yourself. You are created. And you know what it means to create something. I mean, when you create something, you authorize it. You determine what function it has. So, what are you talking about? Rights. What right do you have? What right do you give yourself? No, my friends, you exist. And the things that are available to you are a privilege. And they are privileges not just for a race or a gender, but it is a privilege for life. Any human being that's walking around expressing life, the privilege is at least never, ever to be hungry. The privilege is at least never, ever to be hungry. I'm out here in these mosquitoes, ladies and gentlemen. The privilege is never to be denied education or health care. Now, the privilege to be eligible for all of this is that each of us will be engaged in the process of creating from other things that the Creator have put in the earth and on the earth and above the earth. We will exercise the gifts that we have been given to extract from all of these resources, all of the things that we have advantages of today, which makes our privilege magnificent. Now, that, my friend, is a heck of a lot different than the situation that we are having today. And since that is so different, this is one where there are no people left out. There's nobody that's being denied anything. Now, that seems to be uniquely wonderful. So we ask ourselves, why don't that exist? Well, because there are others that don't want it to exist. Now, that's a clear assumption, and I think a fact of life. But that's not the only part. The other part is that there are those of you who will take it. Well, yes, there are those of you who will take it. Look at here. We're going in this election, as I said, your number one concern is beating Trump. And all of these black people who are in positions of decision making are going to believe that if we can just beat Trump, then we'll be able to settle these other things when we go down the line. And that's a facade, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a lie. That is what they have always said. This is what the reality has always produced. So I say this is a moment to start over. Yes, I say this is a moment to start over by beginning with truth. Truth is a divine friend. The truth shall make you free. It'll wake you up to know that white people are not God just because they put in a book someone they call the Son of God with long hair like theirs and blue eyes that look like theirs to mess up your mind. No, my friend, it's all a game. From the beginning, it's all a stinking game. Yes, and all of those words that they put in there, whatever they have put in there, is allowing whatever exists today to continue to exist. And I know you think that, well, you are good. Well, I've heard that the only thing, or one of the essentials necessary for evil to prevail, is for good people to act like you're acting, doing nothing. And why are you acting that way? Because you are being taught, for those of you who want to talk about a God, you're being taught out of a book put together by the slave master. And I'm not just talking about white people. I'm talking about the powers that truly be, that runs the world of humanity outside of God. They want you to be just like them. They put the book together and told you that nothing had been changed, no one would change it, and you believe that. And you ask no questions. And so now these politicians, black politicians, put in power, are telling the rest of the black people, all you got to do is just get rid of Trump. That's not the truth. The truth of it is, ladies and gentlemen, that if you deserve anything, if you deserve the privileges of life, there's a conduct that you must express in your living. And that conduct basically is that you understand, first of all, that you are created. You didn't make yourself. And that the creator of you is a fantastic creator because it made it possible for you to want a lot of things, to need a lot of things, to desire a lot of things. And put in your spirit a promise of peace and prosperity and freedom and joy of life and the fulfillment of your dreams. Put that inside of you. Everybody got that inside of them. That deception has come along and really messed us up, ladies and gentlemen. But the truth of the matter is that that creator that made us is satisfied only when none are left out. Now, I know you've been told that take care of yourself. Get yourself into heaven. Don't worry about that. Be good. Don't dance. Don't look pretty. Look as plain as you can possibly be. Make everybody want to stay away from you. You can let a flower be pretty, let a tree be pretty, but a human being, no, don't let them be pretty, because that's evil. That's the kind of crap they feed you, ladies and gentlemen. That's the kind of crap they want to tell you. That's the kind of crap they want to get you to believe in, ladies and gentlemen. But there's nothing real about that except it's a deceptive act, a con to rip you off, because that's exactly what it's doing. So I want you to know that one of your greatest friends is truth. And there's another one. When you know that you're a creature of God, a creature of another power that you can't see, that you have to respect because you can't see it, that means you don't respect any power that you can see above you. Let me say again. When you respect the power that created you, that you can't see, can't touch, and can't feel, that means you have no authority, no respect for anybody else that you can see above that one. That's the truth. But to what extent must you have this commitment? What extent must you be willing to go to justify being alive? Well, what is your other best friend? I ask you this. What is coming amongst every last one of us that every last one of us will share in, every last one of us at one point in time will endure? What is it? It's death. So you're going to die. There's no doubt about it. Somebody try to say, keep on living. Somebody's going to come back and get you, and you're going to still be living. You can believe if you want to, but I guarantee you won't be living. So, the best friend outside of truth is death. You don't believe that, do you? Death eliminates you from all of the troubles of the world, and it's going to happen anyway. And so, you have taken advantage of the things that you've had the privilege to engage yourself in. And you want to repeat it day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, and call yourself living, even though you're persecuting others or being persecuted. And you can't get off that trail. Well, this is what the Spirit is calling for, if you are ready. There's no Donald Trump that's going to rule over the people who know the truth. And there's no Joe Biden that's going to rule over people that know the truth. There's no Republican Party or Democratic Party that's going to rule over the people that know the truth. The people that know the truth are going to be ruled by love and justice. And being ruled by love and justice, they will demand through their own actions and their advocacy that no one is denied it. Now, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to accept it. But these, my friend, are the Martin Luther King, the Gandhis, the Jesus Christs of the world. They are the ones to emulate. And that's what a righteous person will do. So, your best friend to all human beings, first of all, is the truth. To know who you are, why you are, and how to be free. To do and act as you are. The next is to allow nothing that you can see humanly or any power rule over you. It's God and you. It's God and you. That's the individual. Now, to make sure that that operates proper and is moral, it has to reflect the same in the collective. The collective must be free. The collective must be morally free. The collective must work in harmony as you work in harmony with the Spirit of God. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to just say it this way. I've done a lot of talk, waste a lot of time. I'm going to tell you this. If you guys, at this moment in time, go and vote for anything and accept anything other than justice, if you mean you got to start America off all over, it doesn't mean that everybody got to have $1 million or $1 billion. In fact, you can just eliminate money out of the equation. It doesn't matter. The point is that you have a gig that you love, and you participate in making stuff. And anything that you want, desire, that's being made at the hands of man, you have an ownership in it. Not a single one of you are absent. Right now, then you get stock in some operation or some business, some endeavor. And when you get your little kickbacks, you put your little money in your pocket. Other folks didn't get in it, so you can do good things, get a nice car, get some good insurance, get your yard fixed up, and other people can't do that. And now you think you're better than they are. And you carry yourself as being better than they are. That's because that's what you've been taught. Truth telling you, that stuff ain't so. And we're going to go forward, ladies and gentlemen, all you black people out there. If you vote for Donald Trump, you out of your stinking minds, and you deserve every hell that you're going to go through. If you vote for Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, then you're going to get the same thing. You're not fit to deserve the more privileges that have been designed for you, because you're dumb, too dumb to see the truth. You're stupid because those of you who think you know the truth won't walk according to it. And you're foolish because you're following the dictates of somebody else that leads you wherever you're going, whether it's the hell or down the road. And you're a coward because you are taken and won't stand up. And you're going to die anyway. I went to the graveyard the other day. I saw a lot of people out there. At least I saw a lot of signs on some stones of people out there. And one day, your name gonna be out there, even though you might get burned up. You going. But your life, what was it about? Was it about bringing harmony together? See, Donald Trump was taught to be just like he is. He got all those people out there now in police uniforms talking about, you know what he's talking about. And the Democrat, the Congress, talking about they don't like it. But you know what? These guys are being paid by the citizens of this country. Now, if you don't like what they're doing, why don't you cut their money off? I got a feeling that people do a lot of stuff for money. You cut their money off, and I guarantee a lot of those folks put down those sticks, put down that pepper spray. What it's for? Get paid in the future? No, I think if you cut that money off, that stuff will start right now. And O.B. Bar, you ought to take his money. Why you letting that joker sit up there lie to you? He's lying to American people. Sitting up there as evil as a big ball of stank. And you know it. But you know what? He's going right on back to his office, and tomorrow be making the decisions that's manipulating you, the people. Why? Because you got no balls. Why? Because you think it's proper to just let him do it. Something gonna happen. Yeah, you want to just beat him, so you just vote for Trump and thinking you're going to get something better. You don't deserve anything better, ladies and gentlemen. And let me say something about those who've been telling you about God. Oh, no, I'm not going to say anything about the preachers. I think everybody knows who they are now and what they are about. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, your best friends in life, number one is truth. The other is death. Why do you think they'll let an old person in pain, suffering, continue to live? Because they know immediately after they die, the pain and suffering is gone. But that won't serve the purpose. They want everybody else to be afraid to die. Hang on, don't wanna die. Hey, brother, when you want to die, they're not going to give it to you. But if you want to commit suicide, just call the police. And you know you're not going to get paid, especially if you got some insurance policy, you can commit suicide. That's one way they will keep you from killing yourself. They want you to stay here till they get ready to kill you. I'm talking all across the board right now, ladies and gentlemen, but it's Mississippi. And there's a lot of things going on. I got a few moments, and I'm just rambling because I need to touch somebody out here. There we go. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to see a lot of black people in government telling others to vote for the Democrats and Republicans. How many people are going to tell you to go to the polls and write your name in, meaning that you don't accept any of this stuff? How many people are telling you that if you put your name on the ballot, if you want, excuse me, not the ballot, but write your name in at election time? How many are telling you that then you can change the world? That you can make it work for everybody? The Republicans and Democratic Party can't do it. They want the Zion to do it. There's no way they can do it. I don't care how much they lie to you. There's no way the Republicans can give you godliness. There's no way the Democrats can give you godliness. Only the spirit of love can give you godliness, and that's what I advocate. You need, listen to me, all of you people in these cities where your towns are falling apart. You walk around at night, your sewer system's not working properly. You smell like you got dead animals everywhere. You go and you see your buildings falling down. Your city towns are crumbling up. All of these things, ladies and gentlemen, can change. But they're not going to change if you're scared. I was talking to a young lady today. She was trying to talk about some situations, and I asked her, what are you doing about it? She said, well, I'm not doing anything about it. And the politicians are not doing anything about it. And I said, well, why don't you go run for office and do something about it? I'm not going to do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. What you going to do? She said, well, I know if I don't do anything about it, I could just go in the house and shut up. I don't have the right to say anything. I said, so you feel comfortable with that, huh? Yeah, well, it's better than going out there doing something about it. What is that, ladies and gentlemen? That's fear. That's fear, and that's waiting for somebody else to do it. Fear, waiting for somebody else to do it. Fear, waiting for somebody else to do it. And you're so hopeless, you're expecting an arrival from the sky to do it for you. Now, I have said that the way you're acting, you deserve exactly what's going on. Now, that's natural. I'm not lying. This is natural fact. Every pain and suffering that you endure, as an individual, you might be upset. But as a collective, all the stuff that you go through, you deserve. God would not treat you otherwise. Somebody says, well, why God made us and do this to us? Because he gave you choice. You can choose to live heavenly. You see, when the deceiver came to the one, tricked them and made them sell their lives for evil, they didn't have to do it. They could have just, if they couldn't win the fight, if God didn't come and deliver them from the fight, then they just die. Plain and simple. Stand up for what's right. And if God doesn't deliver you, you can do the best you can. You can defend yourself. Stand up for what's right. Defend yourself. And if God doesn't give you the ability to come out overwhelmingly victorious in this particular life, then you can trust God for it, that you're going to die. Is there another life? It don't matter. To get out of this crap, to live in this crap, and die, you got to be sick to want to live again in anything. To live in this life through all this hell and die, you got to be out of your mind to want to live again in anything. Yeah, well, that's the truth.